Hey guys, what's up? It's me once again, 3LHop17 from PlatformNation.com, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about Forge and a couple new weapons. I decided to switch over to Snowbound because Forge is not limitless as you might think. Depending on what map you're on, you have different items to choose from and different weapons to choose from. I decided to switch over to, like I said, Snowbound because I want to show you the Flamethrower. Yeah, it is probably one of the most powerful weapons in the game. There it is, if you can see. It's got the nice smiley teeth. When you pick it up, it switches over to third person, which is very cool. And I just want to show you the range that this thing has. If you could look at the top half of the screen, I'm playing in split screen once again so I can show you. It's got some really cool range, and it does overheat, so it's not just you can't just pound on it, but it has some insane range. And what's most impressive about it is how fast it can drop a guy. It is probably one of the most powerful weapons in the game. You just target a guy, and they're dead. Just like that. It's insanely fast. It's insanely strong. It's really cool. Also, one thing you might wonder, in Forge mode, when you're playing against another team and they're in edit mode, can you hit them? What do they look like? Well, as you'll see if you look at the bottom screen, you're the monitor. You're flying around. The D-pad, you drop in, and there you are, the monitor. And yes, you can take damage, you can be killed as the monitor, so you definitely want to be careful about what you're doing, how you're editing things, and definitely want to pay attention to that. Alright, I wanted to show you a couple more weapons here on Snowbound. This is the plasma cannon. I'm sorry if you look at the top half. It's mounted. It's another mounted third-person weapon. And it shoots plasma bolts. And of course you can detach this as well. This was not in the beta. It's one of the new weapons they threw in, which is kind of neat, kind of worth taking a look at. Also, I showed this in the last video, but I think it's worth mentioning again, is the Gravity Hammer. It is another really cool addition, and I played around with it for a little bit, and it is like the plasma sword. Once you walk up close to a guy, your cursor there turns red, meaning you have a lock on, so all you have to do is basically just hit them and they're dead. So it's another powerful weapon that hopefully there won't be too many problems to balance it, there won't be any balance issues. One thing about it though, compared to the plasma sword, I don't have to be locked on to cause damage. See, it's red, I'm going to move back a little bit, I'm going to strike, and it shoots out like this short range concussion blast. It's like this very cool attack. See, I'm not hitting him, but it's just my blast. It's really, really cool, really effective weapon. And of course, you can just bash people over the head. Alright, it's also worth noting that here in Forge, you do have a limit on the number of objects you can place. It's not completely limitless. You don't have complete open control. And of course, what's the first thing somebody's going to do? They're going to put as many explosive objects together as possible and try to cause the biggest explosion. So, you know, I had to do it. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so switch out. It's kind of nice, the monitor. It makes traveling around the map a lot faster, a lot easier. So it's definitely worth noting that, you know, the maps in battles are going to change depending on what you choose and what you play. And of course, yes. Alright, well, like I said, with Forge, it's really up to the user. It's going to be very interesting seeing what people do with this, just because on the number of objects you can do, and it's really up to the user. It could be a terrible idea, or it could just be absolutely fantastic, because you can place spawn points. You can place, like I said, teleporters. So in theory, you know, it could create some absolutely excellent games that are worth definitely checking out. Alright, that was Snowbound, one of the maps that you had seen already. So right now I'm going to kick it back to the menu. And there you go. That's a really short segment on Forge. I'm going to have to recenter the camera, but hey, next up, after this short video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the replays and what you can do with those.